What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Miniopolis Live, episode 4. I'm Brian Sodre.
And I'm Sal De Benedetto.
And today we'll be talking about structural insulated panels. I had the pleasure of visiting a structural insulated panel company that manufactures them here in Florida, in Nova Panels. And they gave us a tour of the facility and gave us some updates on the components of these structural insulated panels. So today we're going to dive into that.
Yeah, so I'm sorry I wasn't able to make it with you that day. Unfortunately, I had school that day. But tell me a little bit more about this product. You know, where is the factory located and what kind of products do they make for us?
So they specialize mostly in structural insulated panels. Here in Florida, hurricanes are a given. And they built this product specifically for Florida. What does that mean? One, the exposure to pests like termites. We know that wood in Florida is a no-go. Two, mold. We know we're susceptible to water and moisture in Florida. You know the heat outside right now.
It's getting bad out.
So this solves the problem of any type of mold issues. Fire, because of the heat in Florida, you know, homes catching fire is becoming more frequent. So this really helps solve that problem as well. Wind, high winds due to hurricanes, that's a huge problem. A lot of homes get completely wiped out because of those Category 5 winds. And lastly, the heat. This heat in Florida is unbearable sometimes, right? It feels like it.
Yes, so touching on the heat, how is the efficiency with this product? Because I mean, you have two different options. You have the standard one, and then you have this one, which is pretty thick. And for those who don't know, in the middle, this is closed cell spray foam insulation. So tell us a little bit more about the efficiency on how this would compare to a stick-built wood frame home, for example.
My two favorite components of structural insulated panels are the structure ratings. Because of the wind load ratings. They actually had this exact product, which is our 4-inch structural insulated panels with magnesium boards on each end and 1 pound closed cell foam in the center. They built a house in Key West using this particular product. And these have been tested for Category 5 winds. However, they set this in the room for 180 miles per hour wind ratings. If it passes, it gets the thumbs up. It's qualified to withstand Category 5 winds. However, they don't test for further wind ratings. Why am I saying this? The hurricane that passed through the Keys, that destroyed the Keys, had sustained winds over 200-mile-an-hour winds for hours. And that home didn't have a scratch on it. The most
impressive.
It was. And to see photos of the before and after was impressive. They had to fly a helicopter to get access to that area, and they were able to take photos of it standing. The only damage it sustained was the roof covering. It was a metal roof, it had some lift damage, but the structure itself, nothing happened. And the cool part about it is it had photos of surrounding properties that were just destroyed. And maybe this is a good time to include this video or photos in this video. That
Definitely.
way they can take a closer look.
And I mean, for those who don't know, I was shocked when he took the sample back. I mean, if you knock on it, it's a solid product. You try to pull it apart, it's not going anywhere. I mean, for our entry-level construction method, I think it's a solid choice, you know, compared to going the wood stick-built home, which we don't even offer as a construction option because, like you said, you believe in the long-term and durability of the structures that we put up.
Right. Anything that you build in Florida, I mean, you're going to spend money on it. Might as well make it last, right?
Yes.
So we believe in building homes to last. And just like he's saying, I mean, full force, there's no movement on this. It's solid as a rock. So like I was mentioning earlier, the structural component of this is incredible. But my second favorite is the insulation value. being a sustainable builder really boils down to understanding your current environment. And here it's the wind ratings and the heat. If you don't understand that and you're building outside of those parameters of what's required in your environment, then you're not doing the environment you're not serving the environment in a positive manner. And the insulation value for this, and just to put it in reference, insulation value for Florida Building Code for walls is a minimum of R19. What that means is that the walls must be rated to keep the heat out with a minimum R value of R19. I don't know if I explained that correctly.
Yes.
Okay. This material, the 4-inch, this is the thinnest that you can get for the structural material, is rated for R38, close to double of what the minimum requirements are.
So for those who don't know, Florida doesn't set the bar very high when building a new home for efficiency. So this product takes it a step further to really give you that efficiency that
and
everybody wants
they need
nowadays.
to make those changes, because honestly, what's happening when you don't have insulated homes is you're wasting more money on your energy bill. You're having to input bigger air conditioning units, and that can get expensive.
And especially now that we're approaching rainy season and this hot humidity period that we have in Florida, having this extra insulation and efficiency will help keep those electric bills down in the summer, because the AC won't be running as much.
Exactly. So this is a structural insulated panel. Another great component of this is that it allows for speed on the builds. We're condensing 5 different trades into one product. So it's not only structurally sound and higher integrity than wood framing and any other material out there, including cinder block, which is most common in Florida. We have exterior sheathing, we've got the structural framing, we've got the insulation, we've got furring, and we've got the drywall. It's all condensed into one material. So sure, the cost of something like this is greater than if you were to do another type of build. However, when you consolidate all the expenses, all the different trades, so you've got a framer, you've got your outside guys doing all the exterior work, you've got the insulation guys, you've got the drywall guys. Those are all different trades that would have to come in at different points so they don't, stumble across each other. So right there, you just wasted 4 weeks to do this whole thing. On the opposite end, you have one company installing these. So it's faster, you're saving money and time on labor. And the best part about it, you don't need skilled laborers for this. I'm not sure if you know this or our audience know this, but the demand for construction right now, the need is high, and there's not enough skilled laborers out there.
Yeah, everybody wants to be a star on YouTube nowadays instead of actually, getting into the trades and putting homes up. So yeah, it's definitely a need at the moment.
And what does that mean? If everybody needs something and there's not enough people doing it, it costs more money.
Yes.
So this helps solve that problem too. So I honestly love structural insulated panels. It's our most economical option out of the other
and
options that we offer.
It's still a pretty solid option, like I said, compared to stick built. And then I wanted to touch on how we use these for our roofs as well. So a lot of people say, so you guys use these for the roofs. So if you use these for the roofs, do we need to put trusses in, or these take the place of trusses?
They replace the need of trusses. That's the cool thing about it, is that now you're eliminating the need for another trade or supply that cost a lot of money and make the home a bit unsteady. Trusses aren't the best solution. This is. So that gives you higher ceilings, no need for attics. But by the way, should somebody want an attic, they can still frame it down and have it, and they would have a very cooled attic and clean, crisp, no rats, no insects, nothing like that.
Because the insulation is in this material, so you won't have to have it sitting on top of the drywall, correct?
Exactly. So if you're in the attic, this would be your ceiling. It's a nice clean finish.
You won't have to worry about stepping on drywall by accident and going through.
Well, it depends if you're framing it. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
So, touching on, let's say if somebody were to put up a house and choose this method, how would we run the electrical and all of the utilities behind the walls? Would it be through the insulation? Would we have to put furring strips, run all of the electrical, and then put sheetrock up? Is that how it works?
There's many different ways to go about it. The cleanest, crispest way that we will incorporate into our design is through the panel itself. With the engineering plans, it'll outline where all the electrical will be, and the manufacturers will bore a chase down the middle. I believe their maximum is 2 inches, so it's typically for Romex wires, which is what powers all of our light fixtures and outlets. They'll run it across, and then we would just basically open up a small hole to allow for that light fixture to be connected.
Very cool.
It is.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to, go to the factory and get all this information for us and all of the viewers. That's pretty much going to wrap it up today for this episode of Miniopolis Live. If you have any questions regarding SIPs or any questions about the products we sell or homes that we put up, give us a call at 239-329-8804 or shoot us an email, sales@miniopolis.com.
Let's build tiny together.